We cannot understate just how popular Sepp Kuss has always been as a rider, as a person, as a gentleman, on and off the bike. It's not just the work that he's put in for his teammates, it's the respect that he shows everyone within the sport, fans and everything. And for all of those reasons, he is such an amazing champion for this sport. And I think everyone within the world of cycling will be delighted to have someone like Sepp Kuss on the top of any Grand Tour podium.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he is what you see with Sepp. There's no hiding behind any curtains. There's no playing games with interviews, anything like that. He's a very honest and loyal person, and that comes across the way that he rides, the way he conducts himself. I heard an interview where he says, I just want respect. I want to respect your other riders. I think it was on coming into one of the sprint stages where they just got to be kind to each other. No one wants to fall off, and he knows that he has to fight a lot of the time, but I think it's that respect throughout the peloton where he'll never, no matter who you ask, no one will ever say a bad word about Sepp Kuss, even through everything that's happened within this team, all the chats, all the tactics that's been happening. He will never, ever say a bad word about anyone in that team, from the Soigneurs to the management, anyone. And it would be very, very easy for him to do so with all the emotion that's going through him. So, yeah, I'm super happy that he's won. And as we know, the whole world is that watches cycling as well. He's just a superstar.
Not quite the whole world, but most, I would say.
The whole world that watches cycling is yeah, pretty much.
He has to be more aggressive. And that's his problem, I think, Sepp Kuss, because
you are
the style of character he is. To be a big champion, you have to be very aggressive, and you have to command that that image and that, I suppose, that killer instinct, and he doesn't seem to have that, and he can't bring it out, and for that reason, I think he has the ability. We've seen it this Vuelta, and we've seen it many times, but his character is not a winning character.
I'm glad you mentioned this.
We would get a handheld mic to give Sean to drop at the end of this show.
As he walks off, fireworks and everything going off behind him. But I'm glad you mentioned this, Sean, because you know how much I respect you, we all respect you, and what you say goes. We defer to King Kelly. However, you've always said nice guys don't win Grand Tours. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I present to you Sepp Kuss. He's won it. He's done it.
Yes, but at what cost, we see here. You see how difficult it was to get that backing from the team. It took a long time. It took a lot of pressure from the external part of it to the team. And I think the direction then said, OK, we're getting too much, negative publicity here. We have to get behind Seb. And then after a point, they did do that. And it worked out. And what a great, story it is for the team, for the sponsors and the riders. Everybody's happy now, and let's hope it stays that way. They're all happy after this Vuelta, because I'm a bit concerned with the things went on, not only with Kuss, but also with the two big leaders. We could see there was that fight for, that rivalry between the two top men in
Ordinarily, I would say yes, and everything that is played out very publicly within that team, in a different way, I would argue, to how it's played out within the team, hotels and buses and all the rest of it. You cannot, I don't think, really fake that kind of camaraderie that we are witnessing right now, and that moment of Jonas and Primoz crossing the line and pointing to their man. That's also their way of saying, look, this is how we've resolved it. We have resolved it. We're fighting together, a team Samavina, as they always say.
I feel like we've learnt a lot over the last couple of days from various little interviews that we've had from the three riders. It really feels like it was actually, what was coming from the management and the direction from the team. That was the disruption, really. Saying carry on and race, which I know on one side is fine, and that was the decision that they made. And I think Sean's right. It was maybe due to the pressure that they were feeling that they then said, actually, let's all work for Sepp Kuss at this point, which is a change of opinion from them and a change of direction from them. I think it was the right one, personally, but, you can't... It was almost as though a couple of the interviews that Jonas has given, Jonas Vingegaard, he's basically said, we were told that we were still to race, and so I felt like I had no option. I think probably referring to when Roglic didn't sit up, that he wasn't then going to let Roglic win the race, just so he stayed back with Sepp Kuss. And it was only after that they changed the direction and what they were telling the riders on the team bus in the morning of the stage.
I think we finished this Vuelta still not knowing this dynamic between Primoz and Jonas primarily. I would say that they certainly are backing and have backed Sepp Kuss. And also the fact that the sports directors said, fight it out on the road, lads, means that Sepp has earned this. He's earned this amongst the team as well as amongst the entire peloton and the entire race.